The world of baseball was struck with heartbreaking news as former New York Yankees top prospect, Jesus Montero, has tragically passed away at the age of just 35 following a devastating motorcycle accident. The once promising star, who was once seen as the future of the Yankees lineup, left fans and former teammates mourning a life and career that ended far too soon. There are moments in sports when the game fades into the background and humanity takes center stage. This is one of those moments. For those who followed baseball during the early 2010s, Jesus Montero's name carried immense promise. He was supposed to be the next big thing, a powerful young hitter from Venezuela with an effortless swing and a future filled with potential. But life had other plans. Reports from local authorities confirmed that Montero was involved in a motorcycle accident in his hometown of Guacara, Venezuela, on Sunday. Despite immediate medical attention, he succumbed to his injuries. The details surrounding the crash are still under investigation, but what remains certain is that the baseball community has lost a beloved figure, someone who inspired countless young athletes with his raw talent and his story of chasing dreams from humble beginnings. Jesus Montero's journey began with hope and determination. Born in 1989 in Venezuela, he was recognized as a standout player from a young age. His combination of size, power, and natural hitting ability made him one of the most talked-about international prospects of his generation. The New York Yankees signed him as a teenager in 2006, and soon, his name was on every scout's list as one of the most exciting talents in baseball. By 2010, Montero had risen through the Yankees minor league system and became one of baseball's top overall prospects. Analysts called him a can't-miss star, predicting he would one day be a cornerstone of the Yankees' powerful lineup. His hitting ability was undeniable, smooth, powerful, and mature beyond his years. Fans in New York were eager to see him join the big league roster, believing he could be the next great Bronx Bomber. Montero made his major league debut in 2011, and for a moment, the hype felt justified. In just 18 games, he batted an impressive .328, with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs, showing flashes of brilliance that left fans and analysts excited about what was to come. He even made the Yankees' playoff roster that year, delivering crucial hits and proving that the spotlight of October baseball didn't faze him. It seemed like destiny was calling. But baseball, like life, can be unpredictable. Despite his talent, Montero's time with the Yankees was short-lived. In one of the most surprising moves of that offseason, the team traded him to the Seattle Mariners in exchange for pitcher Michael Pineda. The trade shocked many. Montero was supposed to be the Yankees' next homegrown star, but New York sought pitching, and Seattle believed they had found their next offensive powerhouse. His first season with the Mariners in 2012 showed glimpses of what he could be. He hit .260 with 15 home runs and 62 RBIs, respectable numbers for a rookie adjusting to a new environment. But soon after, his career began to spiral. Issues with conditioning, defensive struggles behind the plate, and off-field distractions began to overshadow his potential. Injuries and inconsistency further derailed his progress, and by 2015, Montero's time in the majors had come to an unexpected end. Despite those setbacks, Montero never stopped chasing his love for the game. He continued to play in the minor leagues, in Mexico, and in independent leagues, hoping for one last shot at redemption. Those who knew him said he remained passionate, hard-working, and deeply connected to the sport that had given him everything. His teammates described him as kind-hearted, always smiling, and willing to share advice with younger players who looked up to him. Following the news of his death, tributes began to pour in from across the baseball world. Former teammates, coaches, and fans expressed their shock and sadness on social media. Many remembered Montero not just as a ballplayer, but as a person full of life and energy. One former teammate wrote, "He was always the first to smile, the first to encourage others. You couldn't help but like him." Another added, "We lost someone who truly loved the game, even when it didn't always love him back." Montero's story is a bittersweet reminder of how fragile both fame and life can be. He reached heights that many only dream of, wearing the iconic Yankees uniform, hitting home runs in the major leagues, and hearing crowds cheer his name. But behind that success were years of struggle, disappointment, and the quiet pain of unfulfilled potential. Still, his journey carries an important lesson about resilience, perseverance, and the undying passion that keeps athletes going even when the odds are stacked against them. Jesus Montero may not have become the superstar many predicted, but he left behind something more meaningful, a legacy of hard work, humility, and determination. In Venezuela, Montero was more than just a former baseball player. He was a hometown hero, someone who made it from the dusty fields of Guacara to the bright lights of Yankee Stadium. His story inspired young kids who dreamed of escaping poverty through sports. His success gave them hope, and now, his loss has left a deep void in the community that loved him most. As fans look back on Montero's career, they'll remember the excitement he brought to the game, the potential he showed in every swing, and the heart he carried with him through every challenge. He may have been taken too soon, but his impact will live on in the memories of those who saw his talent, his passion, and his love for baseball. The tragedy of Jesus Montero's passing serves as a painful reminder that life can change in an instant. A young man who once stood under the bright lights of Yankee Stadium is now gone, leaving behind his family, friends, and fans who will forever remember what he meant to the game and to them. At just 35 years old, Montero still had so much life ahead of him, so many dreams left unfulfilled. But while his story ended far too soon, it will always be remembered as one of perseverance, hope, and love for the sport that defined his life. The baseball world mourns not just the loss of a player, but of a dreamer, a man who chased greatness and gave everything he had to the game he loved. Rest in peace, Jesus Montero. Your journey may have ended, but your story will never be forgotten.